The Miami Dolphins are a team extremely rich in history. The Chicago Bears are one of the two oldest teams who are still playing in the NFL. In my opinion, anytime the Eagles lose, that's a good thing.
Earlier, a guy brought in some playbooks from the 1966 Miami Dolphins. It's an awesome piece of football history, but it's so unique, I really don't know how to price it. So I asked my guy Jeremy to come down and help me out.
The Miami Dolphins are a team extremely rich in history, and to see a playbook from their days when they joined the AFL is really cool. It was guys like Bob Greasy, Larry Zonka, and legendary coach Don Shula, who's won more than any other coach in the history of the NFL, and went on to accomplish what no other team has accomplished before, the perfect season, which they did in 1972. Playbooks themselves, they date back over 100 years, and in a sense, they contain all of the team's secrets. It's literally like learning another language between all the blocking assignments and different routes and packages.
What is something like this worth? I mean, is there even a market for this?
Itinerary and all, you're looking at about $400.
Thanks, man. You're the best.
You bet, Rick.
So how much do you want for them?
How about $275?
How about 200 bucks?
How about $270?
Oh, yeah, you're really going down.
Well, they're probably worth more now than they were when they were printed.
No, when they were printed, they were probably worth a lot of money to somebody.
I guess you have a point there.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 250 bucks, and I don't even know why I'm going that high.
260?
250 bucks. They are gonna sit for a while.
That's a deal.
All right.
All right, man, let's go do some paperwork, buddy. Earlier, a guy came in with a football signed by a bunch of the '67 Chicago Bears. Before I can make an offer, I've got to make sure these signatures are legit. So I called in Jeremy to help me out.
The Chicago Bears are one of the two oldest teams who are still playing in the NFL, and as far as fan bases go, they have one of the most loyal fan bases of any team out there. What concerns do you have?
There's a lot of signatures on this ball. Plus, I don't know what to price it as because they're relatively famous players.
Absolutely.
And as we all know, Brian Piccolo isn't around anymore.
Now, if we were dealing with an official ball, mint condition signatures, we'd be talking several $1,000s. Now, looking at some of the signatures, we have to determine whether or not these are even authentic ones. Those signatures, they're 100% spot on, exactly what I want to see in a 1967 ball. Now, the other signatures, you really got to focus on the characteristics of the autograph. If we compare the Brian Piccolo signature here to the one on the football, these are contrasting signatures and very typical for what you see in a clubhouse signature. They were signed by somebody else other than the athlete. The Sayers, like the Piccolo, in my opinion, these are clubhouse autographs. Considering the kind of ball it's on, which ones are real versus which ones are clubhouse, you're looking at maybe tops $1,000.
Jeremy, man, I appreciate you coming in.
Anytime, Corey.
All right, see you later.
All right, man, so you heard my guy. He says it's worth probably around 1,000. I mean, I got a feeling this is gonna sit around for years. I'd offer you around 100 bucks for it.
So I'll just keep holding on to it.
Right on, man, appreciate it.
Earlier, a guy brought in a 2004 New England Patriots Super Bowl ring, but the manufacturer's mark doesn't look right. So I called in my buddy who's an expert to take a look.
Super Bowl 39. This is the Super Bowl where they beat the Eagles 24-21, and in my opinion, anytime the Eagles lose, that's a good thing. What I know of Ricky Bryant, he actually pretty much was on the practice squad for most of the season.
But he was a player.
Right? Even guys in the practice squad do get rings. At this point, this ring was the heaviest, and it was the most expensive ring that they had ever made for any Super Bowl game. It's cast in 14K white gold. It's got 124 diamonds, and also it says 3 out of 4. Unfortunately, anytime you have a high-profile item, counterfeiters figure out creative ways to pass off fakes. Okay, I see we got Jostens. Usually you would see that not only in a different location, but it looks to be actually hand-engraved rather than actually out of the machine. But this thing was so enormous, it didn't fit inside Jostens' normal ring engraver. They actually had to have somebody laser engrave each and every ring, as you see here. So this ring is 100% legit, and it's pretty awesome.
Sweet. So what do you think it's worth?
Super Bowl rings from players such as this sell from about $30,000 to $35,000.
Nice, nice.
Thanks, man. You're
Hey,
the
you
best. So how much do you want for this thing?
22,000.
18.
I go 21.
I'll give you 20 grand.
Pass.
20 grand. Cash.
If you go 20, you go 21.
Deal.
Deal.
All right, write him up, chum.